Hey, I'm Jonathan Sewell at Mitchell Mazda on the Boulevard in Enterprise, and I'm sitting in the 2021 Mazda CX-9 Grand Touring with the 7th generation 10.25-inch screen and infotainment. And behind me here, beside me, is a 2019 CX-9 Touring. So I'm going to compare the two. It's what you guys wanted, right? I apologize for not jumping more into the backup camera resolution the other night, but I do appreciate you watching that video. And if you haven't watched that video, it will be linked up in the cards, and you can check that one out too as I go through CarPlay and a few of the other apps. This one I'm just going to compare and maybe do some side-by-side, but really about the resolution. So we're going to look at the navigation, look at the home screen, look at the cameras, the backup camera and forward camera in the case of the 2021. But we got 6th generation 9-inch screen, 7th generation 10.25. So it's going to be a good time. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. You could do me the big favor and click down below to subscribe. And as always, ding the bell so that you're notified of everything new, even when I leave out stuff and come back several days later and make a video that explains it all. Let's jump into it. Okay, here's the look at the tried and true 9-inch screen. This is a Touring model 2019 again. And so just wanted to give you a few views here from the back seat so we remember what that looks like from the commander control all the way up to the screen. And we'll jump up front, get some measurements, and check out all the resolution and do some split screens. Okay, let's get some measurements here so we can see what we're looking at. So the width here is right at 9 inches. And if we look at the diagonal of the viewing area, it is right at 8 inches. And the height, let's shorten that up a little bit. The height is 4.5 inches. So again, 9 inches by 8 inches of viewing area diagonally by 4.5 inches. So we'll compare that with the 2021 in just a second. So really just wanted to go through, I know a lot of the questions were on the backup camera, so let's jump into that. And you know, we're kind of familiar with this blurry resolution here, especially up here on these, you know, the curve here. The whites are very hard to see, or just very pixely and grainy. Just to move back a little bit, we'll see some different stuff. Also, just wanted to click into the navigation real quick. So I know this is kind of reflecting there, but here is the over here. Here's the 2D, 3D, and I'm sorry. There's the 2D north, and here's the 3D look. Okay, so you kind of see kind of clear on those words. And we'll jump back to the medallions here. Still kind of just a little hazy on that. Let me just zoom in and back off. We can see a few things here. All right, so here's that navigation again without me kind of being in the reflection as much. So you can see what that looks like. And zoom out. Zoom in. Let's go to this. Jump into applications, vehicle status monitor, maintenance, warning, guidance. I do have low fuel, 24 miles. Fuel economy monitor. So here's a look of the 6th gen 9-inch screen. So let's see how that compares to the new one. And let's go back here ever so slightly, and we'll hold this for just a second, and we'll do a split screen here in a minute. Okay, now we're in the 2021. You can see the little bit of the difference there. And we'll move over here, show you the steering wheel. Move back, go from the commander up to the screen there. So the 10.25 inch screen, 7th generation. Let's hop up front and get some measurements and take a look. Okay, let's check out the width real quick. So the width is right at 11 inches. And then of course I showed this the other day, but diagonally the viewing area is the 10.25. So that's how they're calling that or measuring it. So we'll go from this angle. So you can see it's right at 10.25. And the biggest comparison, I guess, since we got this widescreen look, is how tall it is, which I did have some questions on that as well. And it's about 4 1/4, so it's about 1/4 inch shorter than the previous screen, but definitely a lot wider. And when you're talking about from 8 inches diagonally to 10.25, you do have a little bit more viewing area. Of course, here's the home screen. We can scroll in, look at the resolution there. This looks a lot more clear, but to me, even on, there's still a little bit of haze there as they've stretched that out on some, you just maybe on that navigation. So let's click into navigation. And here it is. This is the, I do like that it shows the radio station that we're on down here. So, that's something when you're in nav, you can still see that. And then telling us to click the menu over here. So we click it real quick, and we can change the view. Let's go to that 3D view. So it's not as seamless as it was in the previous one. So let's zoom out and try to get where the screen is not flickering as bad. So here's where we zoom in, zoom out. So pretty clear on the navigation. Let's go over here to the information, fuel efficiency. Not really any to speak of right here. All right, and then of course what everybody's interested in is we'll compare the backup camera. So this one of course has the 360 camera as well. So you are a little stretched right here, but you do have that those 4 cameras there to generate the 360. And then, I love the dynamic turning guides. So it does show the blue line keeps you straight. The yellow line follows your wheels, and then the red line's when you're getting too close there. And you do have a couple of different views that you can choose. So here is kind of the close-up view, and you see the difference in those kind of right behind you there. And those lines aren't dynamic, and then the big one with the dynamic lines. It also shows that turn, as you can see on the right side, the 360 shows where those wheels or the vehicle's gonna projected path is gonna go, which is pretty cool. And obviously with the camera up front, you can also go forward. but let me just get close here so you can see that. It is a lot better resolution to me. Let's just back up here a minute. I wanted to make sure I didn't have any. There were some customers earlier. So you can see that. Also, what I like is the forward camera. So do have that on the GT and higher, and do have some dynamic lines there. And again, it is kind of the whites wash out a little bit, but you do have better visibility. Let me back up just a little bit like I did before. Go back into the navigation. Pretty crisp. And here's for the split screen. Thank you for joining me for a look at the 10.25 inch 7th generation. I am looking behind me, by the way, as we go. 7th generation infotainment. I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Mazda. There's the 2019 in front of me there. Please, if you have any questions or comments, drop them below. And you can always call or text me at 334-718-0504. I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales at Mitchell Mazda on the Boulevard in Enterprise, and I really can't wait to see you in a Mazda.